Hey guys. Well, still recovering from the weekend. It's late night boxing, early morning boxing for us in the UK. So I'm going to start off with congratulations to Jermell Charlo, the junior middleweight undisputed champ, the first junior middleweight undisputed champ in the 4-belt era. Where shall I start? Quickly just touch a couple of bases. I saw the first fight and I had the first fight with Castaño and Mel off the eye. Castaño winning like 7-5. Was a tight fight. Then I did an official rewatch and I had it 6-6. I had it a draw. Now, this fight, it mirrored some of the last fight where my prediction was Mel split decision. The reason I said split decision because I was confident that Mel was going to win. I didn't think there was going to be a KO, even though he said there was. I said there could be a possibility of one, though, because Mel, even though his record doesn't say he's a KO artist, sometimes records don't match what the actual boxer does, and he's a power puncher, and this is what he did. He power punched. He boxed when he needed to box. See, Brian Castaño is a very good fighter. Beat Errol Spence in the amateurs. Had a great amateur career. Flew globally everywhere and fought and won. But Jermell had to choose to box him because last time Brian Castaño had him on the ropes. And the ropes is where Castaño pushes you towards so he can let off he's got fast hands and let off his shot. Sorry, is that I thought one judge is going to be a close fight. One judge is going to say Brian won and the other two, Mel. But Mel needed to stay off the ropes because the last fight he was on those ropes and that's where Castaño likes you to be. And we saw glimmers of that where Castaño was applying the pressure. He's relentless. He's a pressure fighter. Pressure. Stalks you. But Mel boxed. This is the best that I've seen him box. He's boxed beautifully. The jab was the tool. When Mel chose to engage and abandon the jab, that was cool for Castaño because he likes to fight in the pocket as the shorter, smaller fighter. I think Castaño's 5'7", Mel's 6 foot. So he has more height. So when he abandoned the jab, that was when Castaño had success. And I'm not sure why Mel tried to Brian Castaño is never a good thing. But Brian Castaño seems to be quite a one-dimensional fighter. This time he came into the fight, he was pressuring, but he was a little bit tentative. I'm not sure this was a different version than the last version I saw because when Mel was landing shots, hooks to Castaño, and they've both got great chins, Castaño was getting rocked and how he was reacting to punches was a little concerning that I thought, wow, maybe we are going to see a KO here. So the first few rounds looked quite tight, just off of the eye. It looked quite tight. They were trading, but it looked like Mel still had the upper hand. He was fluid. He had control. He wasn't fighting emotional. He picked his shots amazingly. His footwork, he was on the balls of his feet. Amazing. He would get on the ropes. He would kind of like take some shots to give some shots. And he did get caught and rocked a few times within the fight. It was a high-paced, competitive fight, a great fight, a fight that I would have to say, this is a classic fight. There wasn't really any much boring moments. So Castaño was now respecting Mel's power because of how he got rocked. It was a bit concerning that I thought, yeah, there's going to be a KO. So Mel was hitting him to the body. He was headhunting Mel. He did let off a couple of body shots. Castaño had his jab, but Mel's jab and his 1-2 would break through the guard and he'd come round the side of the guard and hit Castaño with some very epic hooks. He caught Castaño with an uppercut. I think Mel got caught with an uppercut, but there was a couple of uppercuts that Mel tried to throw And Castaño is lucky that they didn't connect because of the high velocity that those uppercuts, if they would have landed, it would look like your neck would have been dismantled. Well, your head would have been dismantled from your neck. Jermell kept the pace. He had a great... When he got caught with shots, yeah, he got rocked in a couple of times, but he's got an amazing chin. He boxed near damn beautifully. I think sometimes when he just wanted to mix it up, he decided to trade. But Brian Castaño is what I've noticed in the last 10 seconds of the round, or the last 20 seconds, he ramps up because judges are always remember what happens at the latter part of the round. So that's when he would have quite a lot of success by unloading on Mel and shooting those fast hands with some great combos. Boxed beautifully on the back foot, scoring on the back foot as well. He just looked very complete, very relaxed, and he looked like an all-round fighter. Didn't rely on his power, needed his power when he needed his power, boxed when he needed to box. Like I said, his jab was epic. Castaño, in the end, kind of looked a bit frustrated, but shouts out to him. He kept on applying the pressure, but he didn't seem to change tactic, unfortunately, in this fight. He didn't adjust to anything different that caught me unaware, and I was like, oh, no, I didn't really see that. But I was just really impressed with Mel, to be honest. And then it got to the latter rounds, and I looked at Brian Castaño and when he came into round 8, and I was like, he looks a little tired, cansado. And that's when I thought this could be... What Mel did correctly was when sometimes he was on the ropes, he would attack back, great counters, some catch and shoots, a counter hook, a check hook, where Castaño would hit him with a hook and Mal would kind of lean back and then return a hook, which seemed to Castaño just didn't like it. And then Mel would move from them ropes and try and get back into the middle of the ring and just basically pot shot at Castaño and move around. Well, Castaño, he's good at cutting off the ring, Castaño, and trying to get you where he wants, either in the corner or on them ropes. But yeah, I did notice by the 8th round he was tired, and I thought this is going a bit downhill now because Mal has ramped it up for the last 2 rounds. Round 9, and still a more tired. Mel looked fine. Castaño was definitely flailing, as I said previously. And it was just imminent. Mel. Sorry, I've got a friend called Mel. Mel was just gaining more power, more momentum, and hitting Castaño. And Castaño just wasn't getting out of the way. Then it got to round 10. And Mel hit him with a right hook to the body. And then I think a left hook to the head. And it was weird. It was almost like a delayed reaction. I just saw Castaño like collapse vertically. Like, you know, like a building that's been demolished and it just folds on itself. Very strange. Muy extraño. I thought the ref's counting. I thought, yeah, he's going to get up. It was maybe just a little, I don't know. But he seemed like once he got up, he was very unbalanced and very woozy and buzzed, understandably. And then, you know, he seemed to push down his shorts and adjust himself and gain back his somewhat composure. But at this time, Mel smelt blood. And literally, I can't remember what the finishing shot was. I know the shot, it was like to the head. I can't remember if it was like a right hook to the head or was it a straight. But I know the finishing shot was a left hook to the body, and that was all he wrote. He was out. The ref was like, nah, that's it. And yeah, Castaño was in no fit state. Like you could see him in pain from that last body shot. It just took the breath out of him. Charlo is now the undisputed champion. That was an amazing fight. it's a fight. Why it's a classic? Because I can watch it over and over again and not feel bored and not be under yawn fest. You know, and it was a great way to solidify his legacy. Shouts out to Jermell Charlo. So Jermell Charlo beats Brian Castaño and becomes the undisputed junior middleweight champion of the world in this 4-belt era. Numero 7, see? Yeah, number 7 in this 4-belt era. Great stuff, great fight. And I think Mel, really, I just think he should drop the belts and move up to 160. I'm not sure if he'll have problems there because you've got Andrade. You know what happened with the Andrade thing and XYZ. Maybe Mel could move up to 160 because we know Miles going to go up to 68. And Mel fight Triple G at 60. Why not fight Triple G at 60 and take Triple G? I think Triple G holds the IBF belt. And what was the other belt that he took from Murata? I'm not sure. Let me check. WBA, not the WBO. So it's the IBF and WBA middleweight champ, unified champ. I think that would be a good fight. Get him out of here because you don't really need to fight Canelo. Well, maybe that would be a common opponent. And it would be a great fight, business-wise as well as fight fan-wise. So, yeah, congratulations to Jermell Charlo and congratulations to Derek James, even though you say some mad stuff. They both do, but, you know, credit where credit's due. You trained 2 great fighters and we can see the achievements of what they're achieving. So, Jermell Charlo beats Brian Castaño in a 10th round KO. Anyway, sorry about the delay, but, you know, a bitch has got to sleep sometimes. I'm gone. Hey girl, it's LadyChann, rep nonetheless. Come box with Shan. Jan. WBA, not the WBO. Yeah.